Yeah, do I have any bad stories about clients? No, not really. I mean, we all get some weirdos, and we all get weird requests for tattoos that, you know, they're a bit strange. But I've not had to turn down very many. I did turn down somebody the other day who wanted tire tread on his chin. I just finished putting it on his head, and he wanted it continuing down his chin, and I said no to that. But luckily, there's not really a lot of instances where people have asked me for anything too weird.
Oh, the strangest, weirdest thing, yes. Like this guy, it was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare, and I'll never ever do it again. But this guy, he rang me up, and he wanted his dick tattooed like a cobra. And I tried to talk him out of it, and he was from Perth, and I thought, oh, phew, got out of that one, you know. And about 4 months down the track, he turns up on my door. And he was only like 20, something like that. I said, I just went through the whole lot with him, tried to talk him out of it. You know, what's your woman going to think when you pull down your pants and there's a cobra on your pants, you know? Everything. Tried to talk him out of it, and he was adamant. So I said to him, well, you know, it's going to cost you over $1,000. Now that didn't stray him. I thought, oh, shit. So we got down to it, and he wanted drawings and everything. Like, it had to be realistic, and he was it was just a nightmare. He was just such a pain. And I got to doing it, and he could only handle like 2 minutes at a time. It took 6 months. And he was such a pedantic bastard, you know. And at the end of it, I just felt like killing him. I really did. Because he'd come in and he'd get his bloody pen out, pull it out and say, right, can you do that scale again and that scale again and that scale again? And I was just looking at him and I thought, fuck, you know. So, yes please. So by the time it was done, I was virtually just pushing him out the door. I just want you to go away, you know, I've done my job, rack off. And he brings me a present. And I said, oh, you don't have to do that, you know. And so he made this big thing about it, and he brings in this big picture like this. I'm thinking, oh shit, what's in there, you know? So he unwraps it in front of me and everything. It's a photo of him, right? He's gone to Maslin's Beach. He took down the Maslin Beach sign, repainted it, which is a nudist beach, repainted the sign, got a professional photographer to take him nude in front of this bloody sign on Maslin's Beach, and I've got it at home, it's like that big. I just looked at it and I thought, oh God, oh, thanks very much, you didn't really have to. And then he went and told me, oh, we'll make sure that it's, you know, screwed to the wall properly, because there's lots of girls out there that would love to have this. Yeah, that's the type of guy he was, you know. And I was just so happy to see the end of him. Thought, never again, never again.
Yeah, my parents especially are very concerned that I'll regret certain choices and things like that, and I just, yeah, I think having tattoos, even if they're crap, is probably just so good for your self-esteem, and just, you know, it's good to assert yourself on the world, because there's so many ways that we're, you know, that we're made to conform, and so many ways that we're repressed, that I think it's really liberating to sort of just break out and go, this is me. So yeah, I think a lot of people maybe have real reservations about, what if I don't like this when I'm 40, and I just sort of think, it doesn't really matter. It'll be part of you, like a freckle or a scar. By the time you're 40, you won't even look at it anymore, you know. So yeah, I wish people who didn't have tattoos could wear one for a while and realise that it's just a part of them, and it's not gonna, you know, be this thing that they have to be completely in love with. It can, you know, it's just a part of them, and yeah, they make you feel good.
You'd have to be bullshitting to think that you're not going to regret some bit on your body when you're heavily tattooed. You know, I mean, there's always going to be art that's crappy and art that's good, you know, and you either live with it or you don't.
Yeah, I never really considered myself much of a people person. I've always been a bit shy and introverted, and I've always been, I suppose, a bit antisocial. But this job is really about people, you know. If I really wanted to make art on my own, I could lock myself in my house and do paintings and stuff, but I'm choosing to work on people, and I'm always amazed at how much I get out of that, as someone who, you know, I don't have a lot of friends. I don't, you know, I spend most of my time in my spare time at home with my husband, and I don't, you know, I'm not a real social kind of person, but I really enjoy the time that I spend with my clients, and I probably spend more time talking than tattooing half the time with them, which has actually been a surprise to me. But yeah, I really get a lot out of spending my time one-on-one with people. I think that's something I enjoy, yeah, a lot about the job.
I mean, I consider myself very fortunate because I've got a job that is more, it's my life, you know, and I can live off it. I'm just addicted to art, just absolutely addicted. My husband, who's just come in, will tell you that. Yeah, it's like if I'm not drawing, I'm drawing on people.
It's yeah, it's just as much fun getting the work done as it is giving it to other people, you know. It's all part of it.